Good morning, you guys. Happy Sunday and welcome back to another video. I know I'm looking a little on the crusty side today, but I am a little under the weather, so bear with me. I've honestly been traveling a lot over the last 4 months and haven't really had time to just like sit and adjust in New York. But for the first time in what feels like forever, I have several consecutive weeks in New York City, and it's a reminder of how expensive this city is. So I figured I would do another realistic what I spend in a week because I haven't done one in maybe like 3 years, and there's definitely been some inflation since then, and my wallet is feeling the impact of that for sure. So I'm gonna give you some insight into what I'm spending. So firstly, this morning I realized that I was running out of several of my skincare products, so I'm about to place an order on Amazon to replace some of my staples that are running low, like this Good Molecules niacinamide serum. My hyaluronic acid is definitely running low, which is why it's upside down. I'm trying to get the last of every drop. And then a few other staples like my Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. I'm about to place my order, just showing you guys the final total, $92.31. This is just for all of my like skincare products, lotions, soaps, all this stuff that I've run out of. Despite what I look like right now, I know I look very bundled up, but it is finally warming up in New York City, and I love when we have warmer weather because then I get to walk to my destinations as opposed to taking the subway. And if you guys didn't know, subway prices have gone up from $2.90 most recently to now $3. So that means that I have seen 3 price increases since moving back to New York City. When I first moved here, Subway was $2.75. Last year it went up to $2.90, and this year it went up to $3, which is insane. I used to pay for the monthly Subway pass, which was $75 at the time, or actually it was $70, unlimited Subway swipes. Then I realized I wasn't even using $70 worth of swipes every month. I wasn't taking the subway as much as I thought I was, so I opted out of doing the monthly unlimited pass and just started paying per swipe. And I think I was averaging maybe $50 a month. Now that same unlimited pass, I think is like $135, which is crazy. It's like almost double the price. I definitely don't use the subway that much. If I can walk, if the weather is nice, I'm definitely the type of person who prefers walking to my destination as opposed to taking the subway, because not only am I getting much needed vitamin D, I'm also getting my steps in, and I'm saving a little bit of money. Right now, I am walking to a massage. I think I'm actually starting to break a sweat. This coat might have been too warm for today's weather. Hi. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just had the best massage of my life. I have been going to the same place for the last 5 years. I have to continue to gatekeep because the pricing is like insane of how cheap it is. Like being in New York, even outside of New York, massages are just not that cheap. A 60-minute full body massage plus a 30-minute massage just on my feet, like you cannot top that. Thankfully today it was free 99 because it was a gift. Now I'm heading back home. I don't think I'm gonna walk all the way back home just because it is starting to get a little more chilly out. So I'm walking half the way, and then I'm gonna take the train. Otherwise I would have had to take 2 trains or a bus and a train, and I don't want to do all that. You guys, there's an entire lore about this s'mores cereal right here. Oh, where is it? This s'mores cereal. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of freaking out because I just randomly stopped into that ice cream place, and I look on the wall and I see the s'mores cereal box on the wall. So I asked her, I was like, do you guys actually have that s'mores cereal in store? And she's like, yeah, because there are so many cereals called s'mores, but it's not that specific Kellogg's brand. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was actually the cereal. And so I was like, well, do you guys sell the boxes, like boxes of cereal? Because screw the ice cream, like I just wanted that cereal. And she was like, no, unfortunately not. And I was like, well, do you know where you guys are ordering this cereal from? Because I have looked high and low for like the last 3 or 4 years because Kellogg's discontinued this s'mores cereal. And I even like wrote them a letter and everything asking them to put the cereal back on the market. And they were like, unfortunately, like we can't put it back on the market because the demand is just not high enough, which is insane to me. But they sent me like a Kellogg's gift card as like a thank you, I guess, for writing them a letter. I say all that to say I've been looking for this specific cereal for like the last 3 or 4 years and I cannot find it in any of the stores that it's usually sold in. So the fact that they had it at that ice cream shop is like mind-boggling to me because like where the freak did you guys order it? And they were trying to gatekeep. They didn't want to tell me where they got the cereal from. When it comes to food, it's very hard for me to control my spending. And if I'm being honest, doing this what I spend in a week video is helping me be more cognizant of how much money I do spend on food, because I'm walking through Park Slope right now and there are so many restaurants and bakeries and cafes that you just never see on a day-to-day basis. And I'm like going into all these stores like, ooh, I want that, I want that, I want that. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Okay guys, I caved. I thought that I could make it the entire day without spending any money besides the subway, but this is why in New York City, unless like you have like a budget ready to go, like you know how much you're gonna spend when you leave the house, do not leave the house hungry. The next day, I only spent $6 total for the subway to and from an event for women building wealth. How ironic that I was in the middle of filming this vlog when I got invited to this event. On day 3, I spent $16 total, $6 round trip on the subway, and $10 for a meditation I went to in Manhattan. And I realized after filming this video that you couldn't hear anything that I was saying, so a voiceover will have to do. Unexpected expense of the week. I am heading home from my physical therapist. I did not plan on going to physical therapy this week, but that was $50. I woke up this morning in severe pain with my back. I've been having back issues, which is why I've been going to physical therapy. Definitely feeling a lot better. The pain is still there, but it's very acute, so I'm hoping I can get through the rest of the day. Y'all, I thought I was gonna have to call 911. So I normally order my groceries on Instacart, but when I went to go order my groceries, they told me that the naan bread that I usually get was out of stock. And I'm like, there's no way it's out of stock, because I went to Aldi like 2 days ago to get naan bread and they had like, the shelves were like fully stocked. So I was like, that's a lie. So I went in person and I did go grocery shopping today. I spent $25.44 at Aldi. Normally I go grocery shopping once a week and I usually spend between $50 and $75 depending on how long it's been since I've gone grocery shopping. But this week was a little bit weird because I did not do a full grocery haul because I will be traveling next week. So I'm trying to keep my groceries as limited as possible so I don't have to throw anything out before I leave, because I will be gone for maybe like 3 or 4 weeks. Although I do use Instacart, and that is a slightly additional expense because they add all these extra fees into the convenience of ordering your groceries online. I like it, it's convenient, it's an expense that I'm willing to pay. However, I did recently find out about the grocery co-ops around the city. This is basically where you pay a, I think, annual membership and you get to go grocery shopping for free in exchange for not only paying the very small, very minimal annual membership, but you kind of work in the store. So I think you have to sign up for like a shift once a month, and from what I've heard on TikTok, the shifts are very easy. And so I actually met a woman who is a part of the Park Slope co-op, and so I'm gonna connect with her and get some more information, because if I can grocery shop for free with a very minimal membership fee in exchange for like helping bag groceries or like helping the elderly like go grocery shopping, I would definitely do that. And I wish I had heard about this like 5 years ago. I'm about to head out to a concert at the Barclays Center. Bow Wow, B2K, B5, which I'm the most excited about. But I'm gonna take an Uber there just because I am dressed a little skimpier and I really just like avoiding unnecessary attention on the subway. The Uber is about $28, which is actually not that bad because when I checked it an hour ago, it was like between $35 and $40. I'm sure it's definitely gonna be much higher tonight, but we'll see. Let's head there. like 65 degrees in New York City. It is so warm. I know I have this thick scarf on, but I'm really just overcompensating because I'm bald, so sometimes I'm like colder than the average person, but it really is warm out today. Today is officially the last day of tracking what I spend in a week. So far today, I've only spent $3 on the subway, and it'll cost me $3 to get back home. I am heading to yet another meditation event. This is free, or at least I hope it's free. My friend invited me, and I didn't ask how much it was. This week's total spend was $244.75, which is actually not that bad.